Friday, traders. Look, the only way that you can describe these markets at the moment is an absolute mess. So look, the big news that we had overnight is that we had some top tier US data, ISM manufacturing data. Now that data came out well below expectations. It's a truly dreadful number. And it's showing now that manufacturing is clearly in a contractionary phase now. And look, investors immediately hit the sell button because now there are serious concerns about the health of the US economy. Bond yields in the US got absolutely crushed. We've got US 2 yields now actually fallen to the lowest level so far this year, so down to 4.11%. And also 10-year yields fell below 4%. So look, there's a real concern now with the market that the Fed is behind the curve and potentially should have already cut rates. So look, that leads us into the next meaningful event risk tonight, which is US non-farm payrolls. Okay, so now with payrolls, it's going to be a very important number considering obviously what's happened overnight. Market's expecting 175,000 on the headline, and they're expecting 4.1% for the unemployment rate. So for risk to actually rebound, we're going to need a good employment number. So it's either needs to come out on expectations or beat, and then potentially we might see a rebound. But if the unemployment number actually goes above 4.1%, so 4.2% or above there, and the headline number comes out well below $175,000, well, we're going to have a huge problem because then obviously the market is going to get even more worried that the US economy now is flashing some severe red flags and warning signs that we are going faster into a potential recession, and no doubt it will be an ugly end to the week. So certainly tonight, when that number comes out, you really need to be vigilant if you do have positions, and I would highly recommend maybe going light into the number. And once you've seen the number, there'll be a clear direction, no doubt, to trade into the close. But however, going into the close, even though that we've finished all the event risk for the week, there is an event risk for the weekend, and that is the Middle East tensions. So there's a very heightened expectations that something could flare up over the weekend. So obviously then you've got gap risk. So even if we did get a bounce in risk post payrolls on a good number, going home over the weekend long risk. If there was a flare up in Middle East tensions, then obviously market on Monday, you're taking a big risk with the reopen and the gap risk. So potentially maybe a good idea going home on the weekend is maybe having some small positions long gold, and also crude oils seems sensible. Other than that, I hope you've got through this week okay, and we'll check back in next week.